Now we're going to start digitizing. Now we're going to start with the eggs first. So we go and we pick up our fill tool, which is on the left hand side of your screen in the vertical toolbar, and it's the grey one. This one looks like a hammerhead gone wrong. Lay my first node, second, and this is a wee bit too small for me, so I want to enlarge it because I like to see what I'm doing. And I've just realized that I haven't actually faded my background filters, and I really do need to do that. Move that one up into position, move him out as well to get a curve. And speaking of curves, this little box here has got two options: curve node, straight line. Make certain you've got curve node selected. It's that one. And because I can't actually see, I've now lost. Let's move him. There it is. See? Lay your nodes inside the shape that's going to go above or on top of the boundary here. Okay, I'm going to tell that finish object. I'm going to go straight to edit, image, background filters, and get rid of some of the intensity in that design. I just want enough to be able to see the design. Apply. That's much better. I right click into the area that the handles are around, and that brings me up my parameters. I don't want a plain fill. I do want a motif. If I come back onto plain fill, you'll see I've got all the parameters for the underlay. If I click on motif, they disappear. If I click on the blue chevron, there are all the samples, and they're all the same samples that you can find in the motif line tool. So let's take a look at that one. And it's telling me it's 6 wide. I'm going to scale that down to 75%. And the density is 120. That's actually 12. So let's take a look at that. And you click apply. That's a teeny bit open. So let's try the scale down a teeny bit further. We'll try 60%. Okay. Apply. That's a bit better. Generate. We'll just very quickly look at that in 3D. And there it is. And I think that's quite busy enough. Don't slavishly follow my settings. Experiment with your own. It's the only way to learn. If you just click along and don't think about what you're doing, you're not going to learn anything. I want to see edit. There is my start and end node. That's fine. I'm going to go back in, tell it generate stitches again. Click off and just go and pick up my run line, because now I'm going to travel. And if you've got the latest version of emrab, you'll see you get a little red spot where your exit point is. And I'm going to hit my numeral 3 key, and it places the first node of my travel line right on top of that last node. I make my next one over here. Push that up there, put one down here, and these all act as underlay. I'm going to come across to here, then up to there, push my node so as it follows a nice line, up to here. And do I want to start just here? I think actually I would prefer to start up here. I'm going to tell that finish object, and then I'm going to say to it generate stitches. Click off. And if we look at that in 3D, I'll just diminish it a little bit. There is my first egg, there is my travel line. I go back to normal, magnify this back up, drop the magnifying glass, go and pick my tool up again. Press my numeral 3 key. Now I like the numeral 3 key. It places my first node exactly where I want it, which is on top of my previous node. There's no messing around wondering where you've got to lay that first node. Come under my tulip, across, through my stem, up around the hand. Now this is a closed field tool, so I have to make certain that my last node meets up with my first node. So I'm just going to slide that up there and move that little doofer up there. Now I'm coming over to this node over here. Now I'm going to go to this node and I'm going to say fill endpoint here. So it will start there and my last node will be here. Finish object, parameters, motif. Go and choose myself a motif. I don't want to repeat the one I've got the other side, so let's look for something different. Maybe we'll go for this basket weave. And 12 is enormous. Let's have a look. See, you can't see it. So 12, 6. Okay. Apply. It's not quite busy enough. It's too many empty spots. So we're going to choose a different one. That's 7 wide. Scale. We'll try 75%. Apply. He's not bad. Scale 60. Apply. That's much better. Generate stitches. Now let's pull back. Get that in the middle. And I think I would like to change the colours. So I'm going to hold down my shift key, tap that top one, and I'm going to change that for something much brighter. Click on my orange, drag it down, and because they're all highlighted, they'll all change colour together. Click off and take a look in 3D. And there are my 2 eggs. Now it does need something to neaten up those edges. And I very rarely use outlines, but I think in this instant an outline is a necessity. So let's go pick up my line tool, hit my numeral 3 key, and just travel from there to there. No, I'll show you something else. We just go and tap the red cross. Don't want that. Click on my egg, edit, and put my finish node, place fill point end here, tell that, generate, OK. Go and pick up my run line tool, hit my numeral 3 key, and there is my node all set up for me. I click up the side. Now because this is an open loose density fill, there's not going to be the degree of pull on it. So I click that, go into parameters, and tell that I want, well, let's try a chain stitch. Apply. Oh no, that's miles too heavy. So we won't go with minimum length 1.5, maximum length 1.5. So let's look at that. Apply. Now it's still too heavy. So I think I'll simply go with triple bean stitch. And I'm going to make that 2.5 for maximum length. Apply, generate. Click off. 3D. There it is. Now, all that does is neaten that edge. I could have asked for a satin, so we'll go and we'll look at how satin would have looked. Parameters, satin stitch, density 4.5. OK. Width 1.2. OK. Apply, generate. And that doesn't look too bad. And it tidies up that edge. Right, that's it for this video.